Well, the ruling came down. Deshaun Watson was hit with a 6-game suspension or a recommendation by Sue Robinson. Now, there are people out there that are saying that this is totally unfair, that was a slap on the wrist. I say this to those people. Do y'all say the same when Robert Kraft was accused basically of the same thing? Matter of fact, what Robert Kraft was accused of was even worse, because those were migrant workers that worked in massage parlors, that they worked for a living. They sold sex for a living to survive. And Robert Kraft knew what he was doing. He knew that them women needed that money. And he didn't care. He went in and he paid for a service. Now, of course, all charges was dropped against Robert Kraft. But you know what? The reason why them women didn't pursue charges or they didn't want to give statements, because we all know that they were paid up under the table. And the NFL, what did the NFL do? Did they talk about banning Robert Kraft? Did they talk about taking the team away from him and possibly making him give up the team ownership? No. But here's Deshaun Watson. Though he sat out all last year, paid, but now he got to sit out 6 games this year. Now, I think what would be fair, even though I think the 6 games is harsh, in my opinion, I think to be fair, why don't you just go ahead and fine him since he sat out last year? Fine him the $10 million for all the games that he got paid for last year. And then take that money and donate it to a probable cause. But NFL, man, I don't want to hear y'all talk about integrity of the league. That Roger Goodell, his job is to uphold the integrity of the league. When you got Jim Irsay, you got the owners of the Cleveland Browns, who was, one of them's brother was in the scandal, if I remember right. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then there's Robert Kraft. So if y'all not going to hold them to a standard, if you're not going to talk about integrity when it comes to them, then I don't want to hear about integrity. Browns fans, man, y'all really, a lot of y'all, man, y'all creep me out. Some of y'all had Baker Mayfield in college. And this dude wasn't like 19, 20. This dude was more closer to 21, 22 years old. Yeah, y'all may say that's not a big difference. But that dude was grabbing his crotch on national television. Y'all had no problem with that. Then there's Kareem Hunt. Y'all had no problem with that. So now all of a sudden y'all want to talk about morals. How many other former Browns players that did stuff and y'all overlooked it? So now all of a sudden it's about integrity and morals? Get out of here. Y'all come straight out of a comic book. NFL, y'all need to be fair. Because I'm telling you, what y'all doing right now, if y'all add any more games to this dude's suspension, it's looking real racist. And that's not a word I like to throw around, because I don't think racism truly affects our everyday lives. But this case, got me raising my eyebrow, because I remember what y'all did and how y'all silenced and swept up under the rug Robert Kraft. And even all the NFL analysts, y'all was quiet about it after a while too. Now y'all calling for Deshaun Watson to serve all this time.